When I'm on the road, I get mistaken for Art Baltazar all the time. Who the hell is that?
Art.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Art.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist Art Baltazar.
Hello, welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things. Ken Wolfie is here live. Yahoo! Oh yeah, man, I'm here. I am live. I'm your host. My name is Art Baltazar. I'm the famous cartoonist. I am wearing my power ring today, the orange one, because I want it all. I want everything. But I'm here, man. I've been hunkering. Last few months, I've been hunkering hardcore. I did my record. I finished 100 pages of comics in 30 days. I finished the Flash Gordon Adventures. It's gone. It's out the door. Swig for Flash Gordon. I know many of you might be watching the Acolyte. My guy. I got 24 viewers, my guy, right before I even spoke. But man, I've been hunkering. I've been making comics. You guys probably haven't seen me since C2E2. Right after C2E2, that next morning, that Monday morning after C2E2, I went on a plane. I got on a plane and flew all the way to the East Coast. I was in New York. I was in Philadelphia, Cincinnati. I was in Virginia. I was all over there, man, up and down the coast. I was doing book tours and school visits and stores and things. I was promoting this, the Cat in the Hat. I'm going to show you a little bit. I was promoting, man. I think I might have took the video off of here so I wouldn't show it on accident. But I've been touring. I've been doing a lot of press and promo for Random House Publishing, promoting the Cat in the Hat. I'm working on book 2 right now. I wrote a lot of book 2. I'm writing Yogs 3, which I'll probably draw a little bit today. I'm up to page 37. So, man, the last few, since May 1st, I've been going like a madman. It's July now. It's for 2 months. 2 months of solid work, just every day, letting the time go by, letting the alarm clock never wake me up. I was just, hunkering hard. And I don't know how I did it, but I did. I'm going on vacation soon with my family, so I'm going on a long-needed break, but I'm going to be bringing my work with me. I have all my work in this book right now, this sketchbook right here. Look, you can get these stickers on my website, Electric Milk Creations, electricmilkcomics.com. But I have, here's some stories. Here's some Yogs stories. This is Yogs book 3. This is what it looks like. Yogs book 3 is in here. This is Cat in the Hat book 2 script story outline. I don't even have a script. I have a story outline. So I've been drawing all of that. I've been making a lot of books, man. I've been making a lot of things. I'm getting ready to launch my comic books for kids book. That's probably going to go to print when I'm already in San Diego, which would be fine, which is cool. And Wolfie's here. What's Wolfie saying? Famous cartoonist doing things. Swig for Flash Gordon. Yeah, man, let's swig. Swig for the Flash. But, man, the Flash Gordon book is so cool. Like, I was hunkering in there, man. I was in there with the sleeves rolled up. Actually, sleeves were not rolled up. I had multiple coats on because it's always cold in my in my lair down here, my art studio lair, and man, I was in it, man. But I was breezing through this thing, breezing through it because we wrote this story. Franco helped me with the story. We wrote it together, and then I just plowed through the rest. But I forget how the story goes half the time, and then I'm just writing and drawing and just staying up all night and just letting the clock tick and tick away. And finally, I finished, and then I inked it, colored it, and uploaded it, and corrected it. And then just about 2 days ago, I read it all. Finally read it all in one big chunk. Man, is it funny. I'm so proud of it. It's really funny. And I can't wait to get people, I can't wait when people get to read this because it's really funny. It comes out in November. Flash Gordon comes out in November. Hopefully Paper Cuts will make, hopefully it'll make like a little trailer like they did with Yogs. That would be really cool. I'm going to show you what they did for Yogs. Even though Meta sometimes gets mad at me for showing this, but I'm going to show you anyway. So that's how I do things, man. I think this is it. This might be it. Yeah, here it is. This is what Paper Cuts did for Yogs, and hopefully they'll do something for Flash Gordon. Let's go. I like that sound. They go, whoo. That was the trailer that Paper Cuts made for me for Yogs Book 1. In San Diego, we're going to have Yogs Book 2. There's going to be copies. It doesn't come out till August, but we're going to have copies. I'm going to have some at the Paper Cuts booth. I might have some at my table if I could get some from Paper Cuts, but they're definitely going to be at the Paper Cuts booth at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to be signing at their booth for probably every day, probably a few times. Or I know I got one scheduled. I think it's for Friday morning. You know, I'm going to tell you right now when I will be there because I write everything in my handy dandy notebook here. I'm going to be at the Paper Cuts booth Thursday morning from 10 to 11:30 at the Paper Cuts booth signing Flash Gordon posters and copies of Yogs and Book 1 and Book 2. Book 2 is called Yogs, The Gouache War. So, which will be really cool. And I don't want to spoil or anything, but there will be a surprise Friday morning. If you come see me and Franco, we'll be signing Flash Gordon posters. There will be a surprise. That's all I can say. Because everything's a surprise. Maybe we have ice cream. Maybe we ordered pizza. Maybe we brought our moms. There will be a surprise. So if you're in San Diego, come see us at the booth. It's really cool. It's going to be pretty awesome. Wayne says, you are very busy. Yes, I'm crazy busy, man. I don't know anyone who works harder or there's probably people, but I sometimes feel like I'm all in a world by myself because all I do every day, every waking moment is make comics and think about comics and draw comics and ink and draw and color and letter and do all these things. And I'm finally seeing some, not light at the end of the tunnel, but more of a relief because I still have a lot of work, but it's not all compacted together. It's like if we like to enjoy a donut for breakfast, But what if somebody said, all right, I know here you could have this donut with your coffee, but now you have to eat all 12. You have to eat the whole dozen for breakfast. And that's what it feels like. I really like donuts, but I can't eat 12 of them in 20 minutes, you know? So that's kind of what it's like making comic books when you got a deadline. You just have to do it. You have to plow through. And it seems endless. Like Flash Gordon's 100 pages. So when I was on around page 30, I was thinking, man, there's a lot more to go. But you got to think about all the pages that you already done versus what you have ahead. And man, I got a lot. I finished Flash. I'm in the middle of Cat in the Hat book 2. And if you guys saw too, man, the Cat in the Hat is at Target right now. I don't know if I have that video hooked up. The Cat in the Hat book is at Target right now, which I'm really happy about. I'm gonna find it. No, I'll do this later. I didn't prepare, man. But the Cat in the Hat book is at Target, and I'm really happy with that. I saw it there twice. I saw it there multiple times, but I saw it in 2 spots. It's at 2 spots in my Target. It's on 2 different shelves. It's in the same aisle, but on both of the end caps, which is really cool. And I went there once, and they only had 2 copies, and they restocked twice since. Because when they restocked, they put like 4 copies. So now there's like 3 on one and 4 on the other. So people are buying it, man. And book 2 is really cool. During my book tour, I met up with people at Random House. I talked to them. They had a lot of good things to say. I asked them for more things, and then they said yes to a lot of things. I asked them questions. Can I do this? And they said yes, that would be fine. So I think I have a good relationship with them, and they like me so far. So, man, it's really cool. And I will have book 2. Book 2 will be all drawn up and written out and outlined and all that stuff, probably before I go to San Diego, which would be real cool, because then I just come home and then I just plow through the inks and colors, which that seems like that's how I'm working lately. You like the trailer? Sweet trailer, man. Thank you. And I'm Wayne's a good man, Wagums. And I'm working on book 3 of Yogs right now. Book 2, I'm so excited about it, man, because it's on FOC, final order cutoff for the distributor. Like if you're a comic book shop and you're ordering comics, that FOC is very important because it means final order cutoff, which means you got to put in your orders by, I think it was today, Tuesday or Monday, maybe it was yesterday, but you put in your orders and you order your books. So I ordered 100 hardcovers and 100 trade paperback soft covers. So I'll be getting those soon. I don't know when the books are coming, probably in August. That's the due date in August, but I'm not sure if comic book shops are the same as book release, but I will have some in San Diego. I'm going to go at their table. They'll have some. Paper Cuts will have some. Usually when I go sign at their booth, I give them like $100 and I buy a bunch of books. So I get them at a discount. So I don't know, whatever they get, but I usually get about 10 or 20 of them for my booth, for my table. But I'm excited, man. Yogs 2 is probably the best book I ever made, the best book I ever wrote, the best story I've ever put together. And Yogs 2, every character in that story does something. Like there's no wasted character, there's no wasted scene. I recently reread that one too, and it's good. Like when I write it and then step away for a while, let it go for a while, and then come back fresh. Like after I make a comic, then make another one, then make another one, then I read the one I made 3 comics ago, I forget. And so, man, is it really cool. And now writing Yogs book 3, I started writing book 3 when I was on the road, when I was at the school visits. I was doing all these school visits, and they got me rocking and rolling and talking to kids. And at certain points, I was talking to about 500 kids at one point. I must have had like an auditorium full of kids, almost 1,000 kids. I'm not lying either. I thought I was going to talk to 1 or 2 classes, but they bring the whole school. to talk to me. So, and I was in one school on the East Coast, maybe Philly somewhere, where they had 11 classes, but every class was third grade. They had 11 third grade classes, and that was the whole school. And I was wondering, like, how old are third graders? Are they COVID babies? But man, people in that town really found something about 8 years ago. so there was a lot of love going on in that town. But I talked to all those kids, and there was about 400 kids. But all of them listened to my stories, and it was real cool. But every day I was done talking about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Then I had a driver and liaison and all these people, handlers. So they take me back to my hotel, and they always ask me too, where do you want to go? Do you want to go eat? Do you want to do something? Like, no, just take me back to my hotel. So I would go back to my hotel and eat in the restaurant, wherever, because they put me up in, some fancy places. When I was in Virginia, I stayed at the same hotel Elvis Presley stayed at. So I was in all these fancy places, man, where you eat dinner and it's $100. And you eat dinner on a Thursday night and there's a live band playing. So I got a lot of cool, I got some audio. I got a little bit of video. I got to put up some videos. But that was real cool. But every day after talking to these kids and then eating dinner, I was done and in bed by 7. So I was out by 7 o'clock, but by 4 in the morning I was up again because my driver was going to be in my lobby at like 7:30 or 6 in the morning. So my hours definitely shifted a lot. And when I came home, of course, I slept for 3 days, but then I had to hit the ground running with Flash Gordon. I got it all done. And I'm real proud of that, man. It's going to be real fun. You guys are going to like it a lot. It's going to be real cool, man. Let's see what you guys are saying. Looking forward to Flash. Oh, yeah, man. It says Art and Franco are saviors of the universe. Saviors of the universe. Woohoo. I like that. I like that way you think. Troy Younger's here. Hello there. Hello there, Troy. Hello there. But it's cool, man. I'm real excited about all these things. You see, I had some new videos for you guys to see, but I don't think I put them up here. Here's one that you guys might.
When I'm on the road, I get mistaken for Art Baltazar all the time. Who the hell is that?
I know. Who is that? Who is that? I get mistaken for George Clooney all the time. We don't know who that is. But it's cool, man. I'm real excited. Real excited to draw comic books. I wish I had Yogs to the show. I have a lot of drawings. I think today, right now. Oh, that's what I wanted to say to you guys. Listen, man, I made a discovery today. That was part of my title. A discovery leading to an announcement. Okay? This is really cool. I discovered it today. And when I found out I could do this, I told my daughter, and then I walked up another flight of stairs and told my son. And I'm real excited about this. Remember a few years ago, we had this beautiful thing called Comixology, where Comixology would allow me to upload comic books. I can make a 10-page comic. I can make 20 pages, 30 pages, whatever I wanted to. And I could upload it to their site for like 99 cents or $2.99, whatever it was. And I ended up uploading a whole bunch of comic books. A lot of you bought them. They were digital downloads. I had at one point 89 issues up there on Comixology and 24 different titles, I think it was. 24, 26, something like that. But there were 89 books up there. So I discovered today that Patreon, if you subscribe to my Patreon, you could check out my artwork and stuff. Patreon has a store, which I saw it before, but I wasn't sure what I can sell. And I read it today, and you have to sell digital things. So I saw there were 2 buttons. There was like audio and video, because people are on there, musicians are on there, so they sell their songs for $1. And then you can make an exclusive video and sell a video for $1. And then I'm like, man, that's not me. Like, oh, that's cool. I could put a video or make a song. I do that. I got SoundCloud. I got YouTube. But I saw this other tab that said other media. So I clicked on that and it said PDFs. So I can upload comic books now. And I experimented today. I uploaded a few, but I didn't put them live. They're not live yet, but I uploaded them just to make sure it's working. And it is. It's working. The only thing is I can't charge you $1. The minimum charge I have to charge is $3. Maybe because Patreon gets probably $1 of that. I'm not sure. They get some kind of percentage. But this got me thinking. Now that Comixology is not around, but I have full control over this Patreon thing, unless Patreon goes away. But I don't think it's going to. I just watched some videos of the founder of Patreon being real encouraging about doing social media and doing your followers and finding your fan base. And you could get followers, and then it shrinks down to the people who really like who are like we have like 1,000 subscribers to our Oh Yeah Comics YouTube channel. But right now, I only have 37 people watching, meaning where's those 1,000 viewers? I don't know where they are. But this is what the guy was talking about. He said, like, so out of the 1,000 viewers, or 1,000 subscribers, you have 37 viewers. And out of the 37 viewers, I might get 3 guys on there, 3 people that might buy my comics from my website. So, but you guys know who you are. There's more than 3. There's a few guys. So I need about 100 of you guys, of the super fans. So you got your subscribers, your fans, and then super fans. The super fans are the guys who are going to stick with you and buy things and do things like that, follow you through everything. And I know who you are because I mail packages, man. I just mailed 3 packages 2 days ago, and an eBay package. So people are there. But now that I could upload PDFs of my comics, I could get back to the point where I had 89 books up for digital download. So starting soon, when I get back from vacation in probably San Diego, let's go with August. Let's go August. Starting in August, I'm going to open up my store, and I'm gonna launch with at least two comics right off the bat. But I want to try to give you 1 to 2 comic books a month digital, and eventually I'll get to where I'm going to do digital exclusive, or you'll get digital first, because I have a lot of books right now that I want to print, but it takes a little bit for me to print because, I have to save money. I have to spend the money. I have to wait for the book. Right now I have Drew and Jot book 2 going to the printer. Probably, I'm going to go July 10th or 11th. I got to do one more page. I got to finish one more page. If I finish that page tonight, I could send it in the morning, but I'm not going to try to rush because we're the holiday coming up. And even if I send on July 4th, they won't get to it probably till that next Monday because the printer needs vacation time too. But I got Drew and Jot number 1 on my website now. I got Savage Amazement on my website right now. I got Cat in a Hat book 1 up there. I'm going to have Drew and Jot number 2 real soon. And I'm probably going to launch with some digital comics, man. I'm going to re-release all of my original Crybaby Adventures on Patreon, where you could get each book for $3. It'll be a $3 download PDF file, but I'm going to try to include more because with at least with Comixology, I needed to make the book at least 8 to 10 pages, and that would give me the 99 cents. But now, so my minimum fee I have to charge is $3, so I'm going to load you guys up with more stuff. And I know each Crybaby Adventures book is about 30 pages to 32 pages. So you're going to get I figure if it's 99 cents for every 10 pages, you guys will get a deal. So that's $3.99 cents. So $9.99. Let's get it. So I'm going to try and make each download 30 pages. And if the story's only 20, I'm going to try to fill it up with extra things. You'll get sketches and all kinds of stuff like that. So I think this is a really cool opportunity to get back to the digital because being a creator and a cartoonist, all I want to do is create and get my stuff out there. I have a few things in the works we're talking about. But until then, I'm going to keep releasing my books now with digital, and then I'm going to print them too. I still try to print the book a month. The next book to go to print will be Comic Books for Kids #1. And that'll be ongoing, man. We're going to do about 2 or 3 of those a year. And then I'm going to do, I got 5 books of Drew and Jot, the purple peril, pink purple paint peril, I think it's called. So I'm printing #2 real soon. And the printer takes a little bit. They used to take about 14 days to get back to me. Now it take just about a month. Because they're getting busy, they're getting famous, they're getting popular. But they're doing good, man. Everything's real cool right now. Let's see. I'll be bringing the Cat in a Hat book for you to sign. San Diego, cool, man. I'll have some for sale as well for you guys if you're out there for San Diego. I'm going to have a lot of cool stuff. I bought this rack that it's a narrow comic book rack, and it's going to fit in my suitcase. So I'm going to have a comic book rack at my booth. For the first time ever, I'm going to have a comic book rack at my San Diego Comic-Con show. Because normally we just have standees like book stand up, or we got to make towers out of boxes. But I'm going to have a comic book rack, and it holds at least 12 books. So I'm going to have at least 12 books with me. I got to pack light, and I can't bring a ton of stuff because I can only bring what fits in my suitcase. But that's going to be real cool, man. That's going to be real fun. Let's see. Wolfie says, sounds cool about Patreon. Sweet for superfans. Drew Job, Purple Paint, Peril #1 was a blast. Looking forward to #2. Thanks, man. Sweet. Sweet for the superfans. Say Troy's here. Wagums is here. Wolfie's here. You guys are all super fans. Everyone watching right now is a super fan. So, man, I thought that was real cool. I thought that was a real good opportunity. I saw that you can have a store on Patreon before, but I never looked into it. I didn't think it was for me. I didn't think I could do it. And I thought it was just for musicians and video content people. Like you could do an exclusive video. But I could put videos up there, but it's just for everybody. But the store will be open to people who are not a subscriber also. Because when I post up my pictures on Patreon now, you have to pay $2. So you have to be a subscriber to see it, because it's real secret stuff. And some stuff is stuff I post before it's even announced, which is kind of cool. No one's supposed to know that, but you guys will. You guys do, which is really cool. And I think right now on Famous Cartoonist Says Things, this might be the portion of the show where Famous Cartoonist Draws Things. You guys ready? Let's go. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to Famous Cartoonist Draws Things. This is a page from Yog's book 3. This is page 37. These are, spoiler, these are some zombie gouaches. They're called Guamzis. These are the Guamzis. So these are cool. I'm gonna draw this a little bit and see what you guys think. And I have everything in my sketchbook now paginated, I guess you would say. I'm trying to figure out, like right here is all the, everything here is written here. So I have to get this into on this page. So let's see. It says tap, tap, tap. What's to say back? Oh, he's saying back, 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 like a baseball announcer. Back, back, back. Hey, hey. He's saying back, back. So he's tapping the rails right here because this is Zot. This is Zot. And it's almost like a post-apocalyptic Cray story in a way. Book 3. Book 3 is cool, man. Book 3 is a story that I've been wanting to say for 30 years. And in the original Cray stories, I wrote 10 books. And I wrote up until the ending. So this ending was never told before, which is kind of cool. So this ending of my Cray book is new to me. I always had the story in my head, but I finally got to write it out. It was in a sketchbook that I found. Here it is, sketchbook here. Hopefully I won't knock anything over. But it's a sketchbook I found that I did years ago. I'm going to show you it. I think it's from, see, look at, here's a sketchbook, a red sketchbook. I got stickers on it. And it's real thick too. It's a thick book. And it's called The Orb Story. The Cray Orb Story's on the side. The Orb Story. And I think this book, I always title the inside. $222.99. That's when I made this. That's when I first started writing Yogg's The Mystic Orb. And I have it all in here. And I already transferred this over to my new sketchbook. And I rewrote it. I looked in it and I rewrote it. And it's cool, man. And Crazy Cranobi gets, oh, geez. Where'd it go? There it is. Crazy Cranobi gets, I don't know. I don't want to say what he does, because you find out in issue 2 what all of this stuff is. So if you go on Patreon now, on my Patreon, I show the cover of Yogg's 3, just the inks right now, and it hasn't even been announced by the publisher. They haven't shown it yet. I think they announced it. We talked about it at one of the library shows. They showed the cover, but the sketch. So on my Patreon, you could see the cover inks, which is really cool. I did the inks. Yeah, man, it's gonna be good. So these guys are zombies, and he's tapping. I don't know if there's a cage. I think there should be a cage. Yeah, there should be a cage, but they would get out. I think they would get out of a cage because they're just all zombified. Maybe it should be like this. Tap, tap. It's back, man, back. Because these guys are all you find out in issue 2. In book 2, something happens to these guys. These 3. Just these 3 gouaches. Which turns them into this. I don't even want to say that. I'm already giving away too much, man. I'm saying too much. But so the cover is real cool because I drew the cover and I colored it up. I sent it to my editor. I don't think he's seen it yet. He didn't comment on it anyway. But I showed the cover to my kids and my wife and kids, and they all had questions, which was awesome because that's what I wanted. I want the cover to, it creates questions. And if you read book 2 and then see the cover of book 3, you're going to say, oh, that's what happens. So book 3 actually takes place right where book 2 leaves off. And it actually starts with the cover, which is kind of cool. Let's see what you guys are saying. Scooter's here. Oh, yeah, Cray. Oh, yeah, Scooter Pie. What's happening, my man? It's a Matt Fife. Was the Gordy music during the transition? Yeah, man, that was him. Either way, good stuff. Any chance of Cray Babies trade and all this early stuff? I just announced that I'm going to be putting up digital comics on my Patreon. I just discovered on Patreon that there's a store. And on the store, I could upload digital things to sell. And I always thought it was for video or music, but I found out with the button that says other media, I clicked on there and I could upload comics. So Comixology went away, but Patreon is going to replace it for me. So I'm going to upload all my original Crybaby Adventures books. Starting in August, I'm going to open up my store because I'm going to load it up real good. July's going to be busy for me, so I won't have time to work on it right now, a little bit at a time. Like I did some today. But August, around August 1st or first week August or so, I'm going to open up my store, and I'm going to try to release 1 or 2 books a month, brand new on there. That will be awesome. And they're going to go back to like back in my library, back in my archives. Because on Comixology, I had like 89 books or 86 books up there for sale. I'm going to get them all back. I'm putting them on Patreon. So you're going to see original Craze. You're going to see some Wolf Boy stuff. You're going to see all my stuff. I'm going to re-release my original Captain Camel books. All your comic books. They're going to be a bunch. I'm going to have some new all your comic books too, because I have issue 15 and 16 ready to go. I just haven't printed them yet. But they'll be printed. But I'm going to have a whole bunch, man. I can't wait for it to happen. It's going to be fun. And I just discovered that today. I just discovered that I could do that today. And, man, it's just like I'm so excited again to make comics because I don't necessarily have to print everything. And I want to get to the point where I have an exclusive book just for Patreon. And I think that will be really cool. An exclusive book that I'm not going to print anywhere. Or maybe I will eventually. I don't know. But I think it would be cool to get an exclusive digital book only available on Patreon. But right now, the Crybaby Adventures will be an exclusive only Patreon because I'm not planning on printing any of those. The original ones will only be digital. I want to concentrate on Yogs being the new canon. If we're talking like George Lucas, Star Wars, I want it to be the new canon. I want it to be the new story where that's what you see. That's what you see when you go into the Yogs universe and the Cray universe. You read Yogs book 1, 2, and 3 because that's the definitive anyway. That's really is what I wanted it to be. When I first started Craze, the first 3 issues are real goofy, and there's a lot of weird stuff in there, and there's a lot of stuff that it's not really a story. The story really develops with issue 4. 4 through 8 are real solid, and that's kind of like where Yogs took over, and I rewrote all the stories and I redrew it, and I'm real happy with the way Yogs is coming out. And book 3 I'm working on right now. The thing you see on the screen is Yogs book 3, page 37. I'm working on that one. That's cool. The world is finally okay again. Famous Cartoonist Says Things is back. Missed you, Artie. Yeah, man. I've been busy, man. I missed you guys too. And a lot of times I was gonna go live yesterday, but I almost have to be in the right mood. Like I do have to be in the right mood. Not almost have to, but I really do. Because I was ready to go yesterday, and then my mood changed, and then I couldn't go live because all of a sudden my energy to go live was sucked away, and I couldn't do it. So now I had to go live while I found out about this Comixology or this Patreon thing, and I think it's cool, man. It's like this is food for the gouache monsters, but I'm not sure what they eat. What should it be? Some orange, some jelly or something? Yeah. Come get your food. That's what he's saying. Clink. Is he going to wear a shirt? Does he have a shirt on? But this is real cool, man. This is going to be awesome. I'm going to ink this. I don't want to go too far because the next page will have a spoiler. I don't want to spoil. Right now, just knowing that these guys are zombies, that's too much of a spoiler. It's not so much. It's just detail that I wasn't ready to share. But it's kind of cool, right? It's kind of weird looking. I like when stuff's weird looking. But yeah, man, I'm let's see what Wayne says. Wagums is here. He says, do I need to bring more Canadian chocolate to San Diego? Maybe, man, maybe. That did get me through. It got me through some hard times, man. I like that chocolate. The chocolate from Canada has like air bubbles in it or something. And it was good, man. It was real good. And I separated all the candy bars and I left my share home. And but my family left some for me. When I got home from my book tour, there was still a little bit left. But man, that book tour was nuts. And then I had to work on Flash Gordon the moment I came home. But I knew that was going to happen. I knew that's what I would have to do. But I did it, man. I got through it. Dun, 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 dun. So I did all right. So let's see if these guys. I want these guys to look gruesome. Is that kind of yucky looking? These guys are yuckier than. They're yuckier than normal. So give you this what happened on there. They have more details. This is the first time I've ever drawn them. This is the first page I'm inking from Yogg's book 3. But yeah, man, if you guys are just joining me, I'm going to be in San Diego in a few more weeks, 2 weeks or so. And there's going to be copies of Yogg's book 2 at the Paper Cuts booth. That's a rumor anyway. I can't really confirm official, but I've been told. I've been told there would be. So it is, I guess it is official, which is cool. And if you're there, I have a signing Friday morning at the Paper Cuts booth at like 10 o'clock, 10 to 11:30. So if you're there, come see me. Me and Franco will be signing Flash Gordon posters, and I'll be signing books. I'll be signing Yogg's and Yogg's book 2. Yogg's The Krenobi Tales and Yogg's The Gouache War. And there will also be a little surprise. We're going to have a surprise for everybody on that day at that time. And I chose that time so I can do it. And normally, like I could do it right away. And normally when we go to San Diego Con, there's always a moment at the show where me and Franco look at each other, or one of us will look at each other and tell the other guy, I can go home now because something amazing just happened. And I have a meeting Wednesday for lunch that I've been waiting for a little while now. And my friend, the people I know, don't want to tell me until they tell me face to face. So I don't know what this is, but it's possibly I get there on Wednesday. It's possible I could leave Wednesday afternoon. I might go tell Franco, hey, I could go home now, and he'll know. That's what we always say. When we get good news, we could say, I could go home now. So hopefully by Wednesday afternoon, I could tell Franco I could go home now. I just don't know what that is yet. But if I don't go home Wednesday, then I'll definitely could go home after Friday. But I'm not gonna, of course. But that's just what we always say. That's like a phrase we say. I could go home now. Like, because the meetings are like, oh, how'd your meeting go? Oh, I could go home now. Like, oh, that's cool. Know what I mean? Shut up, Baltazar. Oh, man, he's back. The critic is back. He's back for more. He is back. And I'm going to do another one of these shows real soon with my good friend Jamie Cosley. I haven't talked to him for a little bit. Last time I talked to him, he was packing to go to Heroes Con That was a few weeks ago, Father's Day weekend. But man, I was hunkering here, man. I was hunkering hardcore here, doing my thing. But I came up on the other side, man, unscathed. But man, is it hard? Like, I never want to complain about having to draw comics, but it is rough sometimes. Like, oh, it must be rough. Oh, famous cartoonist is crying again. No, it's more like it's rough because health-wise, maybe, I don't know, but you're just always tired. It just what happens to me is like I just get sore. I wake up sore the next day and I have to like shower real hot just to make sure the arms work again. And now with digital, like I'm drawing here with one hand and I'm pressing like, see when I press like this and move, I'm using both hands. So one hand is pressing the keyboard, the other one is using the magical pencil. So it's kind of like when I draw, I'm using my whole body a little bit. And especially the upper body, you know. Oh, must be hard. Oh, poor baby. Oh, I know. That's a different guy. That's not even a critic. Shut up, Balthazar. Just talking about me again. See, there's the critic. He's back. He didn't take a break, man. He's waiting for me. He's waiting on me to return so he can pounce. That's what the critic does. Shut up. See? Man. Critic, man. I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen a baseball game either. I got to take the kids to see the Boomers. The Boomers are a team that's close by, real close to me over here. Some minor league teams, if you will. You guys like this? You know what? My guy, Gordon Balthazar, my son, he just put out a new album. He put a new set list on SoundCloud or wherever you get your music. He's on all kinds of places. He's on iTunes, Spotify. He's everywhere. So if you are interested in subscribing to Gordon Balthazar's music, I'm sure you can find him. Let's see, I'm going to save this. I'm going to see what you guys are saying. And I'm going to take a swig. Look at that. Those are zombies. Those are the noises that zombies make. Those are the noises that the Guamsies, that's what they're called, Guamsies. Swig. Swig for everybody out there. Oh, yeah, that tastes good. Let's see, where do we leave off? I won't be staying for the whole con because I don't have the stamina because of my therapy. Yeah, man. That's all right, man. You do what you got to do. Even if you just go into the show for an hour or two and then go back and lay down for an hour or two or sit by the pool, go get something to drink or sit and eat some food, whatever you got to do, man. But I will see you when I see you. And when I see you, it will be glorious. And I would cherish that moment forever. That's what's going to happen, Wagums. Eric, Wolfgang, must be nice to have a critic. You suck, Balthazar. Yeah, I got a critic. We could get you a critic, too. You could be the Wolfgang critic. But he just growls and stuff. I don't know what he does. I wasn't able to tune in right away. So sorry if you have answered this question. Will you print the Patreon comics or are they digital only? So far, I'm going to do digital only because a lot of the Patreon comics will be things that I had on Comixology. Because Comixology, I had 89 books up there for download. And when it went away, it erased my library. My catalog was gone, you know? So I discovered on Patreon that I could upload PDFs and I could sell you digital copies of comic books. But I have to charge, I have to charge a minimum of $3. So I'm going to try to make these books more than 10 pages like they were on Comixology. So I'm going to make them about 20 to 30 pages. It's going to be a good download. Sweet. Yeah, baby. I got your favorite. So on Patreon, I'm gonna be adding. I'm gonna try to add a book or two every month. Starting in April, around April 1st, I'm going to launch my store. I'm gonna make my store live. Right now I have one book up there, maybe two. I got another book I started to put. I didn't finish uploading. But I have one book up there because I checked. I wanted to make sure it worked. But I'm gonna be putting up all my older stuff, my Crybaby Adventures, my Captain Camel books. Probably I'm gonna put everything that was on Comixology. I don't know about Weirdsville because that's Franco's, but I'll be putting other stuff like the Phantom Lemur will be back up there, like Wolf Boy. But sweet man, getting dry, sweet. But some stuff might get printed, but the Crybaby Adventures, the original ones, I will not print those. Those will be only digital, because the Cray Adventures are now Yogg's, and Yogg's book 1, 2, and 3 is the new, canon. It's my world. It makes more sense, and it's the world that's going to lead into other things, because I have a Captain Camel and the Cosmic Crusaders that is kind of written as the next chapter after Yogg's. Like it'll be, it's not a sequel to Yogg's, but it happens after Yogg's, and you'll see, because some of the characters cross over. And then also in Meteormite, there's a Cray in the Crystal Core. There's a Cray in the Crystal Core on the Crystal Core team, and you're gonna see an adventure later on with that Cray. I don't know what that Cray's name is, but right now he's on the team of the Crystal Core, and has the same powers as Meteormite. And you're gonna find out how he gets chosen from Cray World. Boy, I got dust, man. Got a hair in my face. But you're gonna see how that Cray gets chosen from Cray World. So I have stories that are coming from Yogg's, but they're gonna kind of spin off in other directions with different characters. But Yogg's is solid, man. Yogg's is really cool, and it's I look at it as the way Star Wars, like you got the original 3 movies, and now everything that comes after is kind of based off of those 3 movies. That's a little bit like Yogg's. That's kind of Yogg's is the foundation of book 1, book 2, book 3. It's the foundation. So any character who you see is either a Cray or a half Cray or something, he came from that world. So, but once Yogg's 3 ends, it's gonna have a finish. Yogg's 1, 2, and 3 actually has a finish. So there won't be a Yogg's 4. I sound like George Lucas more and more, man. There won't be a Yogg's 4, but there will be more stories with characters from the Yogg's universe, which cross over to the Aya Comics universe and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be cool. Wait. All right, we got it. I'm getting text messages from the morning. So is that cool? That makes sense, right? And so I'm gonna try to upload everything I have. I'm gonna upload everything I have from Comixology. So I have 89 books ready to go. So that'll be real fun. I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm so glad I found that. I found that today just by just uploading Patreon. I saw just uploading Patreon today, or updating it, because I like to add a few things, because I've been kind of not neglecting on purpose, but just I had so much stuff to do that it's hard to maintain social media and things. And even I went a little quiet on Facebook and Instagram and stuff, just because man, I need to finish stuff. And with this happening, with me catching up with Flash Gordon, I was able to catch up on things. It's not my work didn't slow down. It eased up. I don't have to do 30 pages a day. I could do maybe like 3 a day. So I'm back to that kind of thing. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? But yeah, there'll be more. Shut up, Balthazar. But yeah, there'll be more. So I can't wait, man. I discovered that Patreon today. And like I said earlier, I thought it was just for music or for video. But there was that little button that said other media. And I clicked on it and I found out I could do more. I could do more than just that. Because I do, if you want to hear my music, I do have a SoundCloud. I do have a SoundCloud account. So you could go to SoundCloud. I don't know if I put the link in the video. But if you want to hear my music, I record stuff, and I have a few more songs I want to put out. I'm gonna few more songs that I'm gonna put out that are real goofy, but they're fun. You suck, Balthazar. You're not a good musician at all. I know, man, but I have fun. I have fun with it. I never claim I'm the best. The best song I have is Famous Cartoonist Says Things, but I didn't even make that one. You suck, that's why. Man, okay. Rough, man. But I had my good friend from Ukulamac, my friend Rand Bellavia, made that song. I said, hey, man, can you write a song for me? Can you make a song for me, man? He goes, yeah, what do you want it to say? And I wrote the words. It needs to say, famous cartoonist says things, famous cartoonist draws things, famous cartoonist paints things. And it has to have my name. And that's what he's saying. You guys want to hear it right now? No, we don't. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear what you did. But I'm gonna play it right now. This is what it is. Here it goes. Let's go.
Art.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist paints things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist Art Balthazar.
Welcome to Famous Cartoonist Says Things. My name is Art Balthazar. I'm a famous cartoonist. The song is about. I'm your host for today's show. Welcome. I am at the drawing stage of my show right now. I know. I can't help to say that stuff when I see. So it's cool. Let me see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Well, yeah. Patreon stuff. Eric Wolfgang says, Wolf Boy. Yeah, man, I'm doing more Wolf Boy. Right now I have a few books, 2 books, that we're making with, eventually, with Comic Tom. So he just sent some books, some lunar lizards to Comic Books for Kids. When we got time, when we get to it, Tom will release Patrick the Wolf Boy number 3 and Giro Man number 1 to the kids. The kids in hospitals and the masses will have some good times reading comics. But in the meantime, I'm going to be releasing a book called Comic Books for Kids number 1. That's probably going to come out in late July or August-ish. I'm going to have the book ready to go to print in a few more weeks. I'm having a meeting with Comic Books for Kids next week. So everything's moving along. And I'm really proud of that charity. And we're going to be making books 2 to 3 times a year, just for books, just for kids. We're going to be printing 3,000 at a time and donating them to the kids' hospitals. But I will have some on my website for sale. I won't have a lot, but I'll have some, and proceeds, of course, will go into charity, stuff like that. So we're going to make it real cool. We're going to make, not proceeds, portion. I got to say portion. That's the proper word. Portion will go to charity. Because if I say proceeds, that's something else. You know, I don't even know what that means. But I know what a portion means. So a portion, a significant portion will be going to charity. And And I will have them on my site for sale on my Electric Mill Comics website, artbaltazar.com website. They will be up there for sale eventually. So look at around probably end of August, September for issue 1, something like that. I'm working on it now. I'm almost there, which would be real cool. So Wolfie's, any news about the project with Jamie? Such fun stuff in the works, sir. Yeah, man. I got yeah. I know Jamie just did a show. He just did a show with the Comic Book by Night guys, Cartoonist by Night. He just did a show with those guys, and I know they're gonna announce it on there, but I'll say it anyway. We're gonna do a new book. We're doing a new book together called Marker Mouse meets Looney Loon, or Looney Loon meets Marker Mouse. It's a book that my weird guys meet Jamie's weird guys, and we're really inspired by the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. So we're just going to team up our guys. And half the book's going to be, instead of like trying to draw and trying to collaborate and do our work on the same page, it's going to be harder to do this time. So half the book's going to be Jamie and half will be me. And we're probably going to draw each other's characters in certain stories, because I know I have a story where Looney Loon meets Marker Mouse in a story. I'm drawing that one, and I got a character called Dagmar. She's a little dragon, so she's in it, and my little hippo named Chucky. So we got a lot of characters in there, and they're all going to meet, and they're all going to, it's just going to be like it's actually going to be an art jam. It's going to be an art jam production. So we're going to do our own little imprint called Art Jam Productions. I think that'd be real fun. So yeah, man. And we're going to do another haunted house show. We're moving it to, I think September, the last weekend, I think it's September 29. I think we're doing it. Because we had a whole bunch of stuff's happening, man. A whole bunch of stuff's happening all the time with families and things. So we'll be doing that. And but yeah, we're planning on doing a book, a crossover book, team up book, one a year. This will be the second one. Last year was Meteor Mite, Spitfire, Space Cricket, and this will be Looney Loon, Marker Mouse. So it's going to have all those other characters. And Looney Loon brings, like I said, brings Dagmar the Dragon. He brings Hippo, and he brings Guy Furious is in there too. And then Jamie's guy brings Sketch Bear. Marker Mouse brings Sketch Bear, Digital Duck, all kinds of guys. So it's going to be real fun. It's going to be real silly. And I have no clue what it's going to be about. It's going to be good. Will the stories after Yogs be hardcovers from the same publisher or self-contained issues? A little bit of both. I'm trying to get something going on with publisher right now with paper cuts, but we'll see what happens. But there's been a lot of things we're talking about, nothing official. But yeah, man, I talked with them, and they like, paper cuts likes that I print my own stuff. They don't want me to stop self-publishing. So no matter what, my stuff's going to come out in self-published form. And most likely I'm going to release issues at a time, because it's cheaper for me to print a 20 to 30 page book than it is 100-page book. I can't afford to print 100-page books. So I could print smaller, regular issues and sell them on my website for $5. And that's what I can do. And so I'll get like 3 or 4, and then we'll collect it. And so, yeah, you'll be able to get it in multiple forms. You'll be able to get my books in comic book form, and then hopefully trade paperback. I don't see why not, but we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. I just don't know when all that's going to happen, because I have to finish. The first obstacle was to finish Flash Gordon, and now the second obstacle is to finish Yogs 3. But after that, man, my world is kind of open. Like, it's just open. Like, I just had to finish this, and like I said, like, it's not a lot of pressure, but now I just have an opportunity to drawing without all that pressure. Like I got a little bit more time where I could possibly do things without having to stay up all night for 3 weeks in a row, which is always fun. I like that, and I'm finally catching up, and it's feeling good. I like these questions, man. These are cool. These are cool questions. The hardcore, the true fans, the fanatics. Let me see what are you guys saying now? So I'm really looking forward to. I like the Yogg's universe. You're gonna see in Captain Camel and the Cosmic Crusaders. You're gonna see what happens to another group of Gouache monsters. So that's what's gonna kind of tie it in, and also the green aliens are gonna return. So you're gonna see a lot of cool stuff. And so Captain Camel will tie into Lunar Lizard, and then I have 2 more books that I'm finishing with Webster the Spider Monkey. So you're gonna see Webster the Spider Monkey is gonna tie into Lunar Lizard, and also my future story with the lizards versus the monkey stories. So it's gonna be cool. Wolfgang says lit. That means swig for Wolfgang. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Let's see what it says. I love the Plug homage covers. Plug. What are Plug? The Plug homage covers. I like all that. I gotta find out what that means. Plug. Homage. Homage or homage? Say, Bill Wilkinson's here. Sounds wacky. Hey man, you're like you're disintegrating. I like your clown face. Bill Wilkinson's a good man. Known for years. Art Jam. The Art and Jamie book. The Art Jam. It's an Art Jam production. Yeah, man, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be awesome. I love working with Jamie. He's on vacation right now. I saw pictures of him on the beach. He was hanging out. Chilling. Awesome. So cool. Yeah, man, this is gonna be good. Bill says, is there one Hanna-Barbera you would like to draw a book for? Yes. I would love to draw, I would love to make Peter Potamus and Soso. I would love those guys, and I would love Magilla Gorilla. I love those 2 were my favorite, and Squiddly Diddly. But Peter Potamus, man, I could do so much with Peter Potamus. When DC Comics was doing those crossovers with DC Comics heroes and Hanna-Barbera, remember they did Batman and Elmer Fudd, and then they did Space Ghost, I think. But I wanted to do first I wanted to do Magilla Gorilla and Gorilla Grodd, where they switched spots. And first they said, yeah, let's do it. But it just never materialized. And then I wanted to do Hippo Hurricane. Yeah. Peter Potamus. What the? I hear noise. I hear people talking. But I wanted to do Peter Potamus. And I remember Dan DiDio says, okay, you could have him. Nobody wants that character. You could have him. So, but it never happened. I wanted to do a time travel thing with maybe Booster Gold or something. But it just never happened. But that's okay. I could save those stories and do them myself. That's right. Don Ross. I know he's a Migo guy. He's here. What up, Don Ross? Wagums. Mike Plug. Oh, Mike Plug drew Werewolf. That's right. Mike Plug. I did do I did those homage covers. I thought Plug, I was thinking Plug was I was thinking he was a character like Dupe. You know, like Dupe. But yeah, I know Mike Plug. I did those 2 covers. Sorry, man. I misinterpreted your comment. Let me see what it was again. Oh, you love those Plug homage covers. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I forgot. Those were the I forgot that's what I drew. I forgot his name, Mike Plug. We should make a character called Plug. Drew Werewolf by Night, and I love your riff on his covers. Thanks, man. Hippo, Hurricane. Yeah, he's cool. I really like Peter Potamus. I have a Soki toy of Peter Potamus, which is really cool. I got Ghost in the studio. Got Ghost. Do you? I have Once in a while. I haven't seen ghosts in a while, but I have a ghost on video. I got to put that video out there, man. But right now I have vampires in the studio. Vampires and critics and people who just want to lean on me and do stuff. They want to lean on you. Lean on me. I don't know. Should I put some music on? You guys want to hear some Gordy stuff? Should I put some Gordy in the background? What do you guys think? If I put it low, maybe we won't get oh, that's me. You don't want to hear my stuff. I want to hear what I'm following Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon Baltazar. I want to hear him. Likes. I can't find him. Where'd he go? Where'd he go, man? Where'd he go? There he is. Here, let's see. I'm going to put him on in the background. How about that? Is that cool? You guys hear that stuff? That sounds cool. You guys hear Gordy in the background? I just have to write that letter over and over. All right. Worth it. Totally worth it. Is that sound cool? See, I gotta do drawing things kind of like on different order, different layers, stuff behind each other. There you go. That's the beauty of digital, I guess. Man, I'm so happy about this. We lost this song. All of it, or just the music? Really, Gordy. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, Gordy. We lost the song. Did it cut off? Both? We lost both? All right. Let's see. How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? You're echoing now. Echo, 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 echo. Missing the music, but you were in and out. Well, I took Gordy's music off. Maybe that was why. Unmute. How about that? Is that cool? We can hear you now. Good. I think Gordy's music was because it's coming in the same speaker. That's probably what happened. But that's all right. If you want to hear Gordy's music, go to SoundCloud. There should be a link in here. If not, go to SoundCloud. Search his name, Chef Gordy. And if you want to hear real hurt music, I got a SoundCloud account too. You can hear me. I'm real bad. Real hurting. These guys. I love making monster characters that are like real, like savage. Like they lose their mind. They don't have a mind. Yeah, I think that's all it was. I think that's all that. I'm trying to be too fancy over here. Trying to be too fancy and it just messed up. It's like, slow down, Batman. Is that what they said? Hey, man. All right, let's see. I got this. See this orange, but it's cutting in there. So I'm going to, first I'm going to press save. Now I'm going to take this orange. I'm going to cut it out. Did it work? Didn't work, man. All right, let's see. All right, it'll work now. I had it on the wrong. I'm going to add it. I'm going to put it underneath because it was confusing me. I'm going to change color a little bit. You suck, Baltazar. All right, I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to add that again, do that again. I'm going to add it again. Change the color again. Just do it. Stop telling us everything. All right, I'm going to do it like this. That's the noise. I'm imagining a noise like similar to a wampa. More like a zombie. Like a zombie wampa. Imagine a zombie wampa. Zombie wampa. Zombie wampa. Imagine that, Baltazar. Right, I'm going to go pink. Yeah, like that. You can see it better. All right, all right. How about that? Is that cool? This is the first page. I don't even know what the background looks like yet because I didn't draw it. I didn't create the background yet. Is Eric Wolfgang watching still? You like zombies? Eric Wolfgang. Remember when Han Solo was unfrozen and then he met Chewbacca in the cage in Jabba's palace for the first time after being thawed out? And Chewbacca went, and he said, "Is that you, boy? Chewbacca?" I thought that was funny. Wasn't funny, Baltazar. I think it was. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to press save. I'm going to see what this looks like without all these drawing lines. Look at that. So I'm looking forward, man, at like this new digital idea. Unlocked potential for me. Man, when Comixology just decided not to do what they were doing for years, I got so mad. I was mad at them. I was trying real hard not to bash them, not to say ill-fated words. But now I can move on. As long as Patreon does their thing, I can keep doing my thing, you know? Be good. Should I put shock collars on these guys? I should, right? See over here. It's like ding, 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 ding. It's like stand back, boys. But this guy likes these guys. He's not mad at them. Yeah, they're gonna have shock collars. Because otherwise, they would just squeeze through this. They would just squeeze through the bars. Because they're like they're gouache. They're like a liquid almost. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, man? They're gouache. You're so gouache. Your leader's name is Gouache. Yeah, that's it right there. Ooh. I'm gonna say some things. Famous Cartoonist says things. Look, I'm gonna put this guy big. Save. Oh, I didn't save. Here it is. Now I'm gonna swig. I'm gonna read some comments. Let's see what you guys are saying. Missing the music. But I'm good now, right? We're good now? We can hear you now. I'm like that commercial. Can you hear me now? 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 What about now? Can you hear me now?
When I'm on the road, I get mistaken for Art Baltazar all the time. Who the hell is that?
I don't know who that guy was. But he's crazy. But my announcement, man, is D Brad is here. Hello, Artie, what happened? D Brad, Cartoonist by night fame. I gotta be on your show one day, man. We gotta coordinate. I missed the announcement. Yes. The announcement is everyone heard it already, but that's okay. Because I'm not tired of saying it yet. I discovered that Patreon has a store. And when I discovered the store today, I looked at it and I saw it a few months ago, whatever, probably when it first came out. But I always thought it was for music. It's for downloads, music and video and stuff like that. And there's a little button on there that said other media. And today I pressed that button and it says PDF upload. I'm like, what? So I experimented. I uploaded a comic on there, and suddenly a light bulb went off. And now I could put digital comics on Patreon. And I have a store for digital comics, which will be on Patreon, where you could download one of my comics for $3. There's the minimum price I could charge is $3. But Patreon will replace everything I've lost that was on Comixology. Because I had like 89 books that were on Comixology at one point, and now I could upload them to Patreon. I haven't launched my store yet. I was looking at it today and trying to figure it out, and I uploaded a book, and it worked. So I'm thinking around August 1st, first week of August or so, I'm going to open up my store on Patreon. So I want to try to put up 1 to 2 books a month on Patreon for digital download. I'm going to restore all of those 89 books that were lost from Comixology. And now if you want to read them, you could go to Patreon. And some of them like Daring Dog and some of my first ones like Hero Man and some of my first books were only 10 pages. I'm going to make them longer. I'm going to make longer books. Instead of Hero Man 10 pages for 99 cents, now you'll get a whole book for $3. And so my digital books will be $3. I would charge 99, but I figure $3 ain't bad because I was charging 99 cents for 10 pages. So if I could do 20 to 30 pages for $3, that's not bad. So I'm going to be putting up my old Cray books, my old Captain Camel books, all the Patrick the Wolf Boys. I'm going to put them all up there. I'm going to try to color the Wolf Boy ones because I'm also currently trying to put them out, excuse me, one at a time with Comic Tom and Comic Books for Kids. So I'll have Patrick the Wolf Boy up there for a $3 digital download. I'll have Crybaby Adventures up there. I'll have Captain Camel up there. I want to do 1 to 2 books a month. I don't want to just dump everything on there. I want people to come back. People coming back every month or so. And it's not going to affect your Patreon subscription. So if you're already donating $2, like all I charge is $2 for you to read my Patreon. So you could see all my behind the scenes. And Patreon, I only post on Patreon exclusive there. I don't put whatever I put on Patreon, you can only see it there. Like I won't put it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. but I only put behind the scenes stuff on Patreon. I put first announcements, or I put stuff that I'm not supposed to announce. Like I teased Flash Gordon up there months ago, last year before I was even announced. I put up the piece of paper that said the word Flash Gordon on it, and so I put stuff up. I put secret stuff up all the time, but you got to pay $2 to see it, and hopefully everyone who joins my Patreon for $2 will stay in the club, because I know it's real easy to screenshot stuff and save, but please don't do that. Like if you do, then whatever. I can't do that, but I try to be like real like we're a clubhouse together. So, but this opportunity to upload comic books, digital comic book PDFs to Patreon is kind of cool. Like, man, it just opened the door for me. That got me in a real good mood today. I wasn't feeling really good today, like a little down. Then I saw this. I'm like, first thing I did is I went upstairs and told my daughter about it. And she went, oh, that's good. And then I had to explain to her what it was. Then I told Gordy about it, my son Gordy. And he's like, oh, Dad, that's cool. So this is gonna replace Comixology. And it's gonna be better because Comixology, I had all these 89 books up there, and they were 99 cents each, but I wasn't always getting the full amount that I should have been, because a lot of my comics were involved in sales. So like if you subscribe to Comixology, like I don't know what their subscription was, but if you pay them $10 a month or something, you get a whole bunch of books. So my books were always included in those batches or bundles. So Comixology would sell bundles, and then I would sell like 64 books a month, and I'd only get about 10 cents for every download. But it wasn't bad. Like I would sell direct ones, then I would sell subscription ones. So, but at the end, like every other month or so on Comixology, I would sell about $30 to $60 worth of comic books and digital. And that was either, I don't know if it was every month or every quarter. Maybe it was every quarter, every 3 months or so, every 3-4 months, which isn't bad. And that's just for me uploading. But what makes this really cool is now I can make comic books and just put them up. I can put them up for sale. And even if I don't print it. So a lot of my books on Patreon will be Patreon only, because I'm not going to print The Craze. I probably will print Captain Camel again, but I might change some of the words a little bit just to make it like less in-jokey, because the first book was too close to the original Craze series. There's too many in-jokes, so I might change that a little bit. But a lot of my stories on Patreon will be exclusive there. I probably won't reprint a lot, but if I do, when I do print a book, I'm going to probably release it first digital on Patreon, and then release a hard copy book on my regular website, electricmillcomics.com and artbaltazar.com. So I'm .com and all over the place, man. I got a lot of things going on. So hopefully you guys dig that announcement, right? Like, ooh, Patreon delivers PDFs. Yeah, they do. And it's and they're offered to, the store is open to others besides just my subscribers, my followers or whatever, my patrons. It's open to public. So if you're just going through Patreon and want to go to my store, you could still buy them. You don't have to give me money every month to buy my books. But if you want to see my thread or my content, then you got it. It's like $2. So you could still buy my books without donating $2 for me every month. So it's kind of cool. It's like, so, but all the guys, like, I don't have that many people on Patreon. I only got like 13 people. I got 9 people who are paying the $2 and like 4 people who are paying the $1. And the $1 is just a dollar donation. Hey, way to go, Baltazar. Keep doing your thing. But the $2 one, you're just like, you get to read my stuff. And I'm trying to post in there a little more. Because like for the last, 2 months, 3 months, I've been offline. I've been doing book tours. I've been doing all these things. I've been circling the globe, and ever since C2E2 that following morning, I got on a plane and I just like I went to visit all these schools and did signings and bookstores and all this stuff, and I got home May 14th, I think it was, and then I just hunkered down and did 100 pages in 30 days. So I just finished Flash Gordon a few weeks ago, and now I'm finishing up Yogg Street and Cat in the Hat 2. So, man, I'm just I'm hunkering down. So that's why you may haven't seen a lot of live streams and things like that. I just been doing my things, man. Hey, what do you think of the Me Tunes channel? I heard about that, man. Don's the cool vids. Swig for Don's. I heard that. I haven't watched it. I haven't seen TV in a little bit. I haven't been able to. So I'm getting a new TV on next week because my TV burnt up. They told me it sounds like the motherboard. I'm like, well, I don't want a new motherboard. Just buy a whole new TV. So I'm getting a new TV. It's coming to me next week. And it has those speakers. The speakers, I didn't know the speaker thing exists. Where they got a speaker, I don't know what they call it. Soundboard? Is that what it is? That sounds like something you record, but it's a speaker. And then it has a subwoofer that I could put, like, it's not a small dog, it's a speaker. It's a bass speaker that I could put, like, next to my couch or under my table or something. It's going to vibrate the room. So they're going to hook all this stuff up with me and for me next week. So it's going to be cool, man. So I'm going to watch all these things. So I'll look into that cartoon Me Tunes, the Me Tunes channel. I'll look into it, man. It says, also, will you be recreating your, action figures again? Yes. I have several parts to create at least 7 to 10 Action Cat Meego figures. And I have more parts to make Meegors. And I have parts to make on here. I have a list. I actually wrote it down. You guys don't even see. Look at it. It's right there. Here's a list of the figures I want to do for Meegos. I got Avatar. That's one of my guys, the blank Avatar. I got Moon, Spectrumite, Regular Guy Series, Darkstorm, Rockman, and Bernard. I got Creepio. More Meegors. And I'll probably make some Flash Gordons and some Tarzans and stuff. But I got a whole bunch of plans to make some more figures. And it just requires me having time to put them all together and paint the heads. But that's all stuff I do for fun. So we'll see, man. I got a lot of books to do before I can get to that. So it's true. Deep Bratsy, you're a busy man, man. You're a busy man, man. That's true. It's all true, man. It's all true. When you tour, you should post photos on your Patreon page as content. Yeah, man, that's cool. I have a few photos that I posted on Facebook and Instagram, but I don't take a lot of photos when I tour at schools because you're not really allowed to take photos of kids without their permission and requires too many signatures. So I just let the school do that. So whenever the school, there's a lot of pictures of me with kids on the school's websites and the school's Instagram accounts and stuff like that. But it is cool, man. I got a few. I could put stuff on Patreon now. Yeah, I'll put stuff there. I got a few school photos that I took with me with the signs, stuff like that. So I could do stuff like that. I got man, I'm just doing a lot of things, man. And it gets to the point where I'm glad that I'm not traveling a lot because I got a lot to do here, you know? And so I'm doing besides the books, like I'm going to San Diego. That's going to take a lot out, but I have a meeting the next morning, Wednesday morning, a lunch meeting, which is going to be good news. They already told me it's going to be good news, but I don't know what the news is. So I know what it's about, which characters and things, because I got a lot of pitches and things always in the works. I tell you guys all the time, I'm talking with publishers and designing cartoon characters and pitching stories everywhere. Well, I got some. I'm getting an answer on next Wednesday or the first Wednesday. So it's possible. Like I said, I'll be going back to the booth and telling Franco I could go home now because that usually means I got good news. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to say. I just can't say what anything is, but it's gonna be cool, man. Don says, "Wow, that is really cool action figure lineup. Can't wait to see them." Yeah, man, they're all gonna be Mego style. Right now I could do about 10 of each, maybe less. Maybe Migors, I could do another 20, but it just takes me long to do 20 figures. I got to paint all the heads and bodies and stuff. I paint on the costumes, I glue the fuzz on them. But a lot of these guys, I got to paint all of them. Anytime I do a figure, I paint the heads because it just adds a little more. And but with the Action Cat ones, it's just costumes. But I just have to assemble them. That's all I have to do. And I think I need a few more. Parts. But the Action Cats are ready to go. The other guys will be ready to go. And I like to make my own backer boards. So all of that stuff, I have to make the backing boards for the figures. And the minimum order of a card that I can make is 25, which isn't bad. I just print 25 cards, but then I have extras. So it just lets me make more later. But with the Spectrumite is really cool because the Spectrumite, he's a character who changes colors. So if I buy colors, like I could buy a purple suit and purple head, and then I could buy a blue suit, blue head. I could make him in all different colors, which is cool because if he's in different colors, I can make 5 of each color, and then maybe one guy will buy all 5 and stuff like that. Like I'll just take the blue one, you know. So Spectrumite is really cool. He's my character that's like similar to Green Lantern, where he has colors of the spectrum. He has all, like Green Lantern has the Green Lantern ring. Well, this guy has all the colors. He has wristbands that have all the colors around them. A little bit like, it looks like he's wearing Infinity War wristbands, but he has wristbands and the belt that controls it all. So he's very cosmic. And when he needs his powers, instead of like using a green ray that he shoots from his wrist, he creates a green guy, and the green guy shoots the green powers. So if he wants to use the purple one, he creates a purple guy. So he's kind of like between Green Lantern and Multiple Man. So he turns into multiple guys, and they all shoot different lights. So there's one point of the story, and then when they're done, they all converge back. They all go back into him. So, but there's one point in my story where on one of his missions, the blue one gets lost. And when he reassembles all the guys, he forgets the blue guy. So the blue guy turns like a bad guy. He becomes evil. So, and his name is Cyan. So we're going to see. It's going to be cool. Powers in Action is a story I've been working on since I'm like 16 years old. I wanted to have the first book out for January 2024. I'm writing it, but I don't know when it's coming. The good thing about it is I got the good thing and bad thing. Like, oh, poor famous cartoonist got too much work. But like, the cool thing is like I get to draw this stuff, and eventually I'll get to my Powers in Action, because that's like the love project, you know, passion project, I guess they call it. But all this stuff is like, just this digital stuff is going to be fun. Powers in Action will probably be on digital too. Everything I'm going to do now is going to be on this digital. Every book I make is going to be uploaded on digital. Whether digital first and then I print, or around the same time, or whatever. So it's going to be cool. I like it. Wayne Wagums, you can't go home on previous night in San Diego. Yeah, I know. I won't be going home. I'm staying from like Tuesday before to Monday after. So I always stay the day before and go home the day after, because it's just easier for me to wind down. Things like that, things of that nature. Boy, I didn't realize I penciled this whole page. Like he's chomping at the bit. Is that what they call it? Chomping at the bit. Yeah, la la. Yeah. Should I keep drawing? You guys like this? Shut up and draw, Baltazar. I know. Don't you have deadlines? Is that good? You should be floppier. It's gonna be floppier. Yeah, man. We're going on vacation soon for a few days. But I'm bringing all my work. I'm bringing my iPad. I'm bringing an iPad. I'm bringing my sketchbook, or as the kids would call it, sketchbook. Daddy, don't forget your sketchbook. So I'm bringing all that stuff. But I'm excited, man. I'm at the point where, in my work, where I could, I'm at the story writing part. So it's cool when I'm at that point because I could just bring my sketchbook and just draw everywhere, you know. You draw at the picnic table, I could draw at the coffee shop. So that's where I'm at right now. Like that? Is this teeth too close? Yeah, I don't like that. They should be different. It's too neat. Maybe the bottom ones. They should be crooked like this. This. It's chopping. This is cool, man. This is a really good story. I think the Yogg's stories, I think the whole saga is some of the best stuff I've ever written. As far as like saga-like, big thinking epic. I just think it's cool, man. It's something that's been in my mind forever. And when I'm writing it, it's like it's so easy. It's just coming out. Like I just writing it. It just people say, "Oh, it writes itself," but like it's guiding me. It's guiding my brain. Okay, this is the next thing you do. Here's the next thing. Here's the next thing. So it's cool, man. I'm digging it. It's just so much to do, so much fun. And this story is gonna. I had the ending of this story before I even wrote the beginning and the middle. I actually had the middle first because it was in my sketchbook from 1999, and I read through it, and then I wrote the ending while I was at a show with my good friend Daryl Young. We were sitting there, we're just kind of sitting at the show, and I'm thinking it was a little slow, and then the ending of Yogg's book 3 just entered my brain, and I went, whoa, and I started sketching. And then I started just writing it down and sketching it. And then I went to dinner with Daryl after, and I said, Daryl, I want to read you what I wrote down for the ending of Yogg's book 3. And he says, okay. And I read it to him, and we both started crying. And he said, dude, that's it. Don't change anything. That's the ending. That's it. Like, whoa. And it worked because he didn't know the characters. He didn't read the first book. But when I explained it to him, man, he liked it. And so I kept it just like that. And because I was wondering, should I do this? Should I do that? Is it too much for an all-age book to do this? And the answer is no. I'm gonna make these kids cry too when they read it. But I'm not gonna tell anyone what it is. And I didn't tell anybody what it was. Just Daryl. Daryl's the only one who knows. And I said, should I do this? And he said, yes. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna. Because I had other alternate endings. You know, like I think about how to end a saga. Of course, you think of Star Wars all the time, like Return of Jedi. It ends this saga where he's looking at the Force Ghost, you know, and he sees them all, and you're like, then he walks away, and then he leaves them behind. He walks away, and then you're like, oh, that's his way of saying, I'll be all right, guys. And then it's their way of saying, we'll be watching you from here, that kind of thing. And then the other end of saga story I really like is The Matrix 3. Even though it was crazy and everybody hated it, I liked the way it ended because, spoiler, they killed off Neo, or did they kill him, or they blinded him? They did so much with him that no one ever thought you can't do that with a main character, but they did, and they just messed it up. And then at the end, you see the old lady, computer lady, and the little girl are sitting in a park looking at the digital sunshine, and it was very hopeful. And it reminded me a lot about like Return of the Jedi. They were both similar endings like that. So I thought to myself, I said, self, I want that kind of ending. I don't want a similar ending. I don't want to copy that ending, but I want an ending that is similar to that. And that's how you end a story. Like you finish that story arc, but it's not over. The world isn't finished. You look out to the sun, you look out to the distance, and you can see the future, that kind of thing. So I did it. And it made Daryl Young cry, so I'm happy. And it made me cry too. And then I stopped showing it to everybody. Otherwise, everybody would cry. Stop crying, Balthazar. But that's how, now I'm building it up. People are going to say, that ending sucked. That ending sucked. I didn't cry at all, Balthazar. I said, well, well, maybe. I hope the kids cry. I really want them to. I want there to be some crying, some tears. Because it's so and it's so good. It's just good. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to do anything that's going to ruin. Oh man, is it cool. We trust you, Balthazar. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You're gonna like it. I'm gonna like it. Yeah, I like it. It's good. It's good. I like it. All right, let's see. He's chomping. See him chomping? Is that how you chomp? Are those chomping noises? My family didn't know I was going live today. So they're upstairs saying, what's he saying? Who's down there with him? Or they're saying, or they already know. Dad's talking to Wagums and D. Brad, Matt Fife. See, man, I got a lot of good things to tell you guys. Let's see, bite. I'm going to say bite. I like sound effects that have the word bite. I remember working with paper cuts with Gilbert and putting sound effect words. And I remember they told me not to use exclamation points. So I don't use them as much. It's still a big, the effect is still there. But I forgot what they said why. Exclamation points you can only use when a character is shouting. Like they're really shouting. Hello, hello, hello. But I think that's what they said. I don't even know. So I don't use them as much. I use a lot more periods at the end of sentences. Because for a little while, all my characters would use exclamation points. Every character shouting all the time. So I stopped. I realized that. Everyone's always yelling. Hey! You suck, Balthazar! That's what they're always saying. Where's my stuff? I haven't heard that in a while, man. And if you guys want, I got new comic books. You don't have to wait for the digital ones. I got new comic books on my site right now. I got Drew and John #2. or no, Drone Jot number 1. I got Savage Amazement number 1. I got Cat in a Hat book 1. I got a lot of books up there on my website right now. I got The Ultimate Oh Yeah Comics Super Special featuring Steamboat Willie. It's on my site. You can get it right now. If you go to my website, my store, and you go to my Oh Yeah Comics section, you'll see Steamboat Willie. I still got to make a trailer for that. I'm gonna Steamboat Willie. And in a few years, Goofy is public domain. And a few years after that, Donald Duck. And believe it or not, I already wrote my Superman story. I got to wait a little longer, though. We got to wait till like 2034. Something like that. He's going to join my Powers in Action universe. You're like, how are you going to do that, Baltazar? I'm gonna. I figured out how. And you're not even going to know it's Superman until you find out it's Superman. That's how good it's going to be. You're saying too much stuff. I know I say a lot of things. Lots of things are being said today. Lots of things. You guys are still watching. This is awesome. I love it, man. It's my triumphant return to the live streaming, to live show. I know I've been away for a little while, but I had to get some work done. I'm getting work done now, but it's this is like still has a deadline, but it's not as pressing as other things. Like I won't be able to draw a cat in the hat on here, but I can draw my own stuff on here. Because I got some cat in the hat stuff I'm working on, but I'm not allowed to show you. But you understand. You understand, Baltazar. But I love all the scribbly stuff. How about that? These guys are nasty. Should I give him a hue? What a hue. I'm gonna give him a hue. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a hue. What's a hue? I'm gonna give him a hue. I'm gonna make them all creepy like. When I add, it's like a little shadow kind of thing. It makes things look creepier. It makes it look like it has depth. Things have depth. It's true. You know what you're saying, Baltazar? You better slow down. I know. That's all I do, man. All I do every day. Make comic books. Stories. How's that look? See, that's like some kind of shadow. Because he's gooey. This guy's like, you're going to see he transforms. I want to ruin it. Yeah, I want to move this. I want to move this line right here. I'm going to move it. You can't stop me. Like that. I'm going to get rid of it totally. Get rid of it. It's gone. Yep, totally gone. I'm going to add this gooey-licious. Why does that have to be licious? I said that to a friend one time. I forgot what I was saying. But I said licious. Well, I know my friend. His name's Foz. He's the same guy I wrote about in Drew and Jot. Available now on electricmailcomics.com. I told him something. And he went, licious? Why does it have to be licious? That's what he said. What are he's doing? I haven't seen Foz in a long time. years, if you will. Come on, Foz, if you're listening, reach out to me. We'll get some food. We'll hang out. Look at this. I'm going to go nuts. I'm going rogue. Look at this scribble right there. It's going to add some skills. Look at him. Is that cool? You guys like that? It means he's ready to bite. They need brains. Is he feeding them brains right here? I just know he's feeding them right here. Oh, it should be brains, right? Whose brains? Whose brains would it be? Or what is it? I was just gonna make it like a jelly, like a pink jelly. Anybody want some jelly? I was gonna do it. Well, you guys are saying stuff. Let's see what's happening. Let me see what's happening. D. Brad says, "What's going on with Drew and Jot? It's now a comic series." Yes, it is. Drew and Jot #1 is on my website for sale. It's up there, man. You could buy it right now. Drew and Jot is I got the rights back. That's the bottom. That's the in a nutshell, I guess. Drew and Jot was with Boom Studios. I got a 3-book deal with them, but they only published the first book. And I said, "Hey, man, we'll put this up. The answer to this question." But first, I'm going to take a swig. This is a good story. They said they only Boom Studios only published the first book, and it was during COVID. I know that I hate that term, stupid. I hate when people use it as an excuse, but I got so used to people saying, "Oh, these trying times, COVID." But during COVID, Paper Cuts published 4 Gilbert books. So that's no longer an excuse. And I drew a lot of these things. So Boom Studios had a 3-book deal for Drew and Jot, and only the first book came out. And they said it didn't do as well as it wanted to, or they were changing whatever they were changing. They don't really have a book or they don't really have a kids line anymore. It was me and Jay Fosgate was doing that, Bodie Troll, and I forgot who else was doing it. But we were doing that, and I asked them, "Well, if you're not going to release book 2 and 3, can I have the rights back?" And they said, "Yes." I just had to write them a letter. I wrote a letter. I got my rights back in the same day, like 10 minutes later. It was so awesome. And so they're real cool to work with me. I like them, but business is business. But I got Drew and Jot back. So I have the whole book 2 finished. It's 200 pages. So I was trying to look into ways how to print it, how to publish it, how to do it. So I broke up the book into 5 parts, 5 40-page parts. So I'm going to be releasing it as 5 40-page miniseries. So I got issue 1 through 5, and now it's called the Purple Paint Peril. It's I put my own logo on it. I gave it my own title, and book 1 is on my website right now. It's on for sale. There's links in the video, but there's it's on my website. I'm sending book 2 to the printer. You guys want to see? I know I did a Patreon. I did a Patreon. What do you call it? I did a Patreon reveal showing book 2 cover, but I'm going to show you here too. How about that? Hey man, you just defeated the purpose, Baltazar. But I got #1 on my website, and #2 is here. Let me see if I got #1. I'm going to show you the cover for #1. Bam, 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 bam. Here's cover #1. I got to get it open up. I'm opening up. I want the world to see. All right, there's Drew and Jot. That's book cover for #1, and it's on my site right now. The first 40 pages, and there is a little special return of Louis Flamingo Jr., my editor. He's in there for the very first time in years. And here's book 2 reveal. Ready? Boom! Book 2 cover reveal. There it is. Bam, 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 bam. So you like that? So I'm printing these on my own. I'm making these by myself. I'm printing these. This is book 2. I have to finish one more page because I have to make some inside covers and all that stuff. But this one's I have to finish writing Louis Flamingo Jr.'s editorial. And I'm going to add a few things. But this one's going to go to the printer probably after July weekend, after the holiday weekend. And then hopefully, I won't have it for San Diego. It'll be too quick. But hopefully it'll be arriving in my house around that time. So Drew and Jot is going to be a 5-issue miniseries, which would have originally been book 2. And I'm going to continue it after. It's going to be 20-page one-shots, pretty much. And I'm creating a little universe with Drew and Jot. And one of the spin-off series is going to be, it's called Moon Happy Sunrise. I'm going to show you those too. I'm going to show you a reveal right now. You guys are like, hey, man, no more reveals, man. Save it for your Patreon. No, I'm going to do it right here. I got a lot of stuff for you guys. I like the Patreon stuff is going to be a lot of photos from my sketchbook and stuff. Let me see if I can find Moon Happy Sunrise. Moon Happy Sunrise is real cool. Moon Happy Sunrise. All I have right now are these characters. But I'm going to be, this is the characters so far. But I'm going to reveal, these are Moon Happy Sunrise. I'm going to get closer. This is, this is Moon Happy Sunrise. This is what she looks like. This is her. She's an astronaut. Moon Happy Sunrise. This is her brother, Midnight Starry Sunset. And this is her other brother, Lunar Sugar Twilight. And these guys are, as you can see, they are the colors of streetlights. You got the go, the green for go, yellow for caution, and the red for stop. Or the red is like, no, 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 I'm not going. I ain't going there, man. So that's also their personalities. The yellow one is very cautious. She's the smart one. She's the cautious one. The go-go guy is very, he has no time to wait. He's very impatient. He goes. And the red guy doesn't want to do anything. He's kind of like, he's not mean. He's just, nah, I'm not doing that. He's kind of like the negative guy. But those are the guys. These guys take place in Drew and Jot's universe. So they're in like that sketchbook world. So these are some of the bad guys. They have robots, and the robots are called Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And Friday is he's an alien. So these are all like robots, and they can only use these robots on the day that their name is. Like, so if you need a robot to help you on a Wednesday, you got to call the Wednesday guy. And so forth. And there's no robots on the weekends. They get the day off. But there's bad guys. There's this bad guy called Sniker Zeke, who's he's like my Skeletor. He's just mean. And Bruber. Bruber's his henchman, his thug. But Bruber's real goofy. He's goofy. He kind of likes the kids. He likes these three guys. So he has to do mean, evil things because Sniker Zeke tells him. And Sniker Zeke is kind of, I created his name based off of Zack Snyder. so I don't know if that makes sense. I have nothing against Zack Snyder, but when I created these guys, the Justice League Max thing was going on. Justice League, Zack Snyder Justice League, the black and white one or whatever it is. That was going like the 4-hour Justice League. So he was a lot in the news, so I just created a character called Sniker Zeke. I started drawing him, and that's what he became the bad guy. So this is roughly Moon Happy Sunrise. I have a cover sketch that I did, but I'm going to save that for later. But these are the characters, and I'm really happy to get into these. And the first story starts out where Action Cat finds a sketchbook in the street and starts reading it, and that's what this is. And you find out that it's also in Drew and Jot. So they're gonna potentially meet Drew and Jot, and they're gonna meet the Bombastic Fantastic, the Drew and Jot's, this one, Drew and Jot's friend, Bombastic, Fantastic Bombastic. That's her name. And this is Prince. He's a fingerprint. It was a purple fingerprint. His name is Prince. And he's a prince. And of course, Jot. And then here's the cover of issue 2. Yeah. You just thought, what would be cool? I just want a big face. So this one I got. And the cool thing about breaking it up into 5 chapters is I get to draw a new cover for each book. So this is the original cover for book 2, the one that was going to be out in book 2. So this was it. And originally it was called Making a Mark. And I know they did pre-selling on Amazon and everything, but it's never coming out. So I have the rights to do my own thing with it. So that's what I'm doing. And book 3 is I want to do a book 3. I might break up book 3. Instead of doing a whole 200-page story of book 3, I might break it up into 20-page one-shots. So, because the story for book 3 was Drew and Jot get kicked out of the sketchbook and they get turned into action figures. So maybe I'll just make a book where they're action figures, because I went through a lot getting permission from guys who make action figures to sculpt me heads and stuff. And they use their heads. So I'm just going to do it. I got to do it because I want to. And I know these guys are waiting. Say, hey, man, what happened? Where is it? So, but we'll see. So I got a lot of stuff, man. I'm always doing things. But I really like these guys. I like their names. Lunar Sugar Twilight, Moon Happy Sunrise, and Midnight Starry Sunset. So I can never remember their names. But the name of the book is going to be called Moon Happy Sunrise. So it's going to be fun. But I got to come up with a little bit more with the story, with the robots. The robots are cool because they have them all stored in kind of like refrigerators or lockers. And they can only use the one. And if they open up Tuesday and they open up and he's not in there, and that means someone else is using them, kind of thing. It's kind of fun. But these guys, I got a little story with these guys. This is another true story. A few years ago, I think it was Simon and Schuster. Might have been them. I get a lot of invites. Wait, swig. I get a lot of invites to pitch things. Normally, I jump at it. I'm like, yeah. But a lot of times it doesn't happen, I do a lot of invites to pitch things, either a book series or cartoons or whatever it is. And a lot of times things don't happen. Most of the time things don't happen. But sometimes they do. And in this particular one it's a book called Robots. A book called Robots, and they asked me to design characters and stories and things like that, do a pitch. So I did, and they liked them enough. They're like, okay, thank you. And then they moved on. And then I didn't hear about it. And a few years later, I heard about them, that a book was coming out. And I said, hey, I think that was that book I was working on. And I looked it up. If you look it up now, it's on Amazon. It's all over the internet. The book's called Robots. And the designs I could see my designs in the characters. But whoever they gave the designs to, they probably gave them my designs and said, here, go with these. Here, start with this, but keep going. And I could see my character designs in the designs they used, but they're not my character designs anymore. But these two guys here, they're based off of the original designs I did. But so I took my own original designs and then tweaked them a little more, so they're a little further away from what we saw in the final book. And if you look closely, these guys are kind of based off of R2 and 3PO a little bit, the shapes, the colors. So I always thought that was cool. But these guys are not them, but they're kind of Artu and 3PO inspired them. Ernie and Bert inspired them. I'm not sure. Right now they're called Monday and Tuesday. I'd probably keep it, but I don't know if they're going to have regular names. But they're buddies. They're best buddies. And so what I'm saying is like the designs I did for other people, and if they don't use them, I went back and said, those are good designs. I'm going to tweak them and use them myself. So that's what these guys are. And you can see the buttons on their chest are like R2-D2s. I think are cool. And those guys are cool. And this guy's just another play with off those guys. It's a robot. You could tell they're built in the same universe kind of thing. And this guy is like an alien robot. He's like a cyborg. And then this other guy's an alien. He's actually crosses over with Patrick the Wolf Boy a little bit. He looks like that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use him, but I probably will. But I'm going to mostly use these two guys. These two guys I really like them, and I'm going to have stories with them, and they're going to hang out with these kids. They're going to go with that. So it's going to be cool. I like all three of these guys actually. You know, maybe I'll make this guy Wednesday since he don't have a mouth. Maybe he can't talk. Maybe he just makes noise. I don't know. Maybe he just hums. I don't know. But these guys are like, so these are more stories I'm going to do. And eventually the Drew and Jot one-shots, the 20 pagers, will lead into this Moon Happy Sunrise. I think that's pretty cool. You guys like that? It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff for a simple question. But I like that. Let's see what you guys are saying. So Wayne says, will you have the Oh Yeah Comic Super Special in San Diego? Yes. Yes, I will. I'm going to have it, man. That's my Mickey book. Probably. People are on there. You can be there. Say, here's my girl.
Hey,
My
guys.
girl, my girl, my
I am
girl.
here.
Go bigger. My girl, my girl, my girl, my girl.
Doink.
Doinch. I'm showing them. You ever see Moon Happy Sunrise?
Probably. Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah. Let's see what Mickey's from
T-Brad.
Japan. Yeah, Mickey's here. Hello, just looking at it makes me feel better. Oh, just looking at it makes me.
Brad.
Hashtag
Wayne Miss.
See, look how many people.
Dang.
Yeah, I got it. I'm killing it on the internet today.
Fire.
Yeah,
You're killing it on social media.
It's Mickey. She's from Japan. Just
Mickey,
watching.
hey
Yeah.
girl.
Just watching from Japan. Brains.
Fire.
So I drew some zombies.
Wait, did they say anything about me?
Yeah, they're gonna.
I want to
Want to see
know.
some zombies? Look at.
Probably. Fire.
Yeah, let's see what else people are saying. They ask one question and I talk for 30 minutes. Let's see what D. Brad's saying. D. Brad is saying, did you have to some edits and redraws for dividing the story up? No, I should though. But with Drew and Jot, I didn't add anything. So some of the books end abruptly, but then there's a page saying, what the heck kind of ending was that? So if you have all the books, if you read them all together, it's going to be awesome. But book one ends, like the only thing I added was like to be continued, or like the next book will start. Fortunately, I was able to start on the right page where it wouldn't do. So out of all the books, there's 40 page. One of the books is 38 pages, and the last book is 43 pages because I had to move some books around so they would just match because I couldn't interrupt the scene, you know? So actually, it worked out okay. D. Brad says, I saw Flamingo Jr. and Franco's LXT books in his card game. Yeah, man. Louis Flamingo Jr. took his return in Super Fun Altogether. He returned in that one, which is kind of cool. So I'm glad he returned in there. And that's what made me bring him back. So he's going to be in all the books now. And I'm going to try to add up. When I do these digital Patreon books, I'm going to add a Louis Flamingo Jr. page to every book. I think that'll be real fun. Yeah. Those are great designs. Thank you, sir. Yeah, man, I had this Moon Happy Sunrise idea for a long time. And I was working on a map. I'm going to show you what I'm working on. Years ago, I was working with a school or a library or something. And they wanted me to do these badges that were like kids read books and then they get awarded a badge. So if they read, I guess here it is, 500 minutes a month, this is badge 1. They would get this badge and see all the aliens and guys. And then I would have this. This was badge 2 and badge 3. And I was doing this stuff for badge 4 where they go to a planet. There's a meteor shower. There's these starfish creatures. And then there's the sun. There's Bruber right there. There's another alien. And then the spaceship. And then eventually they get Moon Happy Sunrise. So these badges were like something that they were gonna read and get stickers or something. But I don't know whatever happened to it. I don't think it happened. Which is fine. It's okay. It doesn't always have to happen. But it didn't happen, and or maybe it did. I don't know. But after the school thing, they told me they didn't want to do it anymore. So I was going to make this was for one summer reading. Then I was going to do a second one, but they went another way. So I said, okay. So I looked at all my characters, and I thought that was something I could work with. Like I was like, I don't want these guys to go to waste. You know, what is happening, Baltazars? What is up, Brian Lynch? Brian Lynch is here. See what you guys. Oh yeah, Prodigy is in the house. They called you a prodigy, my girl. She's here. She's getting ready for something. She got her headphones on. She's doing something. Wayne says, Moon Happy Sunrise Designs reminds me of the opening credits to Lost in Space and Magic Mason toys. Yeah, it reminds me of Lost in Space. Because when she takes off, I imagine the backpack going like that. It's a sound. So yeah, I wanted them real simple because the stickers were going to be small, and somehow they were going to get a classroom map and be able to put their stickers on, like how far the kids read. If you read a certain amount of books, chapters in your book or something, you get a sticker, and the map goes to goes through the universe. Let me see. I have the map here. Check out this. Is kind of cool. I'm gonna open this map. I'm showing you secret stuff, but this is already from like 2018. I think I did this, and then maybe it was because COVID hit and all that. People always say COVID hit, and then but this was the map. It was kind of cool. Like you start out here on the planet, and you go to this Earth. You zoom around here to this planet. Then you go here, and you read all these things. So if you see on here, my stickers, like this asteroid planet, you would get the asteroid sticker, see? And then here she is on her planet. But I have check out the planet. It's cool. Got Moon Happy Sunrise on there, and below it there's the robots. There's her buddies. So I started thinking about this, and then like a whole story started coming up. So maybe I'll do this. There's a story right here where she starts out here, goes to this rocky planet, goes to this Saturn-looking planet, then she goes to Earth, then she goes to the three-ring place, and then a rocky place, and then she goes to the starfish world, then she goes to the sun, then she goes to this guy's planet, then she goes to this Venus-looking place, then an ice planet where she fights Tauntauns, and then here she is reunited with her brothers. See, that's a story in itself. I think this would be cool. What if I made this into a game? It might be fun. You know? I don't know. I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they ever did it. But I'm gonna make that into a thing. Let's make Gruber real big so you guys can see his face. Look at him. I thought that was real fun. I thought that was cool, right? So I just started making stuff. It was interactive. We kept making things together, doing things. That map and sticker is a fun idea. Yeah, and every time the kids would read, they would put a sticker on the map or something. I'm not sure what happened. I was supposed to do the following year. I was supposed to have, I think, pirates, where I was going to do islands and another map with buried treasure and skeletons and all that stuff. And then there was going to be one that's world geography, I think was one. But they never went past this one. That's cool. That map can make a good, awesome poster. Yeah, I might just make it. I just print it up. We can make a game at All Yeah Comics with it. That'd be really cool. It would be fun, man. It would be fun. Yeah. But now's the time. Now's the time on Famous Cartoonist Says Things where I'm going to go back full screen. You guys are going to enjoy this. As he says stuff. I'm going to hear some of Gordy's music. Check this out. This was the original theme song. Watch. Boom. Heck yeah, man. Let me see if I got some I can show you. I do have books. I got some. These are on my site right now. I got the new Who's Who book. Who's Who in the All Yeah Comics universe. This is issue 5. And this features all the characters that are published by other people, like Drew and Jot's in here, Gilbert's in here. It's kind of cool. Look at it. I'm gonna do like 10 of these books. They're gonna have they're Who's Who books, and here's issue 4. That's a cool one. These are all books that I have on my website right now that are for sale, and I'm gonna have 10 of these all together in the whole series. They're going to eventually be collected in a trade, but I don't know when that's going to happen. And number 11 of the series is going to be a book that is like a crossover book where all my characters, whoever crossed over with anybody, is in it. It's kind of cool. This one I got too. The Bazaar, Balthazar Bazaar. It's my art book. This is on my site too, so you can see all my beautiful paintings and things. This one, I think I only have like 5 or 6 copies left. I know I got less than 10 of these left. So I got to print more. And then I have, of course, the Cat in the Hat. This is the soft cover. This is the reader copy. This is the advanced copy I got. So it's not the final. This is a black and white edition. I only have like 2 of these at home, but this one, the one on my site is the actual book. But this was the one they showed me, like, hey man, this is what's gonna look like, man. So it's real cool. And I got a good review from my mom. My mom read that. She liked it. Someone else, my kids read it. My kids liked it and they laughed. So it was cool. I like everything. I liked all of it, man. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, comics will be a small press P3. Actually, we will be P2. And it was weird. Like, I don't know what happened, but they moved us all up one table. So if you go to P3, you'll still see us. We'll be P3's right next to us. That was our original spot, but they moved us up. I guess P1 is no longer there, or whoever was in P1, they moved on and they moved up Patrick Skull into P1, and now Oh Yeah Comics is P2. And I'll have my Oh Yeah Comics banner. And the thing about small press now is I have to have things with the Oh Yeah Comics logo on them, which is not a problem. I have that. But years ago, we didn't need that. They told me I was grandfathered in there, but now I have to have stuff that says Oh Yeah Comics on it, which is not a problem. I got a banner, I got comics, but I keep making things so that Oh Yeah Comics small publishing is alive and well. See, the Cat in the Hat was excellent. Thank you, sir. Man, wait till you see book 2. It's so cool. I was with Random House in their office, and I had a signing with them, and I was signing all the books for the workers and people who we worked together on it. And the big boss came in and sat, and I signed her book, and she sat next to me. Then another big boss came in, and I signed her book, and she sat next to me. So I had the 2 bosses by me. And I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, am I in trouble? They're like, no. We just wanted to hear what you have, what you're thinking. So they started asking me questions, which was really awesome. And I was in there. It's like where you want to be. It's like you work all your life to sit in the publisher's headquarters, hanging out with the 2 bosses. And man, I asked them a whole bunch of stuff. They told me a whole bunch of stuff. I told them more stories. We were laughing. And I told them so many stories that weren't even in book 2. So it's going to be cool, man. It's going to be cool. Book 2 is really fun. I don't think they announced. I think they were going to announce things. I think they might have. They told me June 6th they were going to announce stuff. So it's possible they did already. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. I'm going to look it up right now on my live show. I'm going to look it up. I don't know if they... Nah, I probably won't. It's too much. But I think they called it like the second quarter or whatever, 2025 quarter. I don't know what they call it. But I know I had to get a bunch of stuff done so they could show it and things like that. Things of that nature. You did such a great job capturing the essence of the character. Oh, thanks, man. Oh, man, thanks. Yeah, wait till you see the next one. The first book I wrote with the idea of, I hope they let me do this. I hope they let me get away with this. I hope they didn't. I hope I could do this. And all my stuff got approved. And now I don't even think that. I just put it in there. The next book, I'm just putting stuff in there I don't officially didn't get approved yet, but it's getting there. So far, they like it. But we'll see. The Dr. Seuss people are always the final approval. But it'll be cool, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real good. I can't wait. And I gotta play something for D Brad. I know he's waiting to hear. I know he's waiting to hear this. This is for D Brad. Let's do it.
Darth Vader had responsibilities. He was responsible for the Death Star.
True that. 2 of them bitches.
That's right. He had 2 of them. Those Death Stars. You guys watching Acolyte? Acolyte? Aqualite? I'm going to watch it tonight, man. Because I can't go on the internet unless I see that, because everything's a spoiler. People don't even care if you haven't seen it yet. They're going to say, we're going to spoil this thing that you want to enjoy. We're going to spoil it, and we're going to say how much we hate it before you even get to watch it. That's what they're going to say. But I'm not going to do that just yet. D-Brad says, you complete me. Yeah, man. I got you, D-Brad. I know that's your favorite. Art in San Diego website has you listed as P3. Oh, okay. No worries, sir. I'll take P3 anytime. It's the same thing. But you won't, if you find P3, you'll find us. We're right next there. And it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. I already have a few meetings and panels. We have panels set up. We have meetings set up. I'm going to look. I'm going to tell you if there's anything special I can tell you. Anything all right, we got a paper cuts booth signing on Thursday morning. Then we're going to be at Friday. I don't know if Franco will be with me at the library, but I'll be at the library on Friday morning for a special signing and a panel. I think Franco's got one too for his own book. And then, I'm going to be on a Cat in a Hat panel on Saturday. Saturday from like 12 to 1 or 12:30 to 1. And I think I'm on a panel with other famous guys. And I know all the guys who are on the panel with me also have their books at Target. So that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, man. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hope you save some Oreos to eat while you watch Alkalite. Yeah, man. We got the Oreos today. I got blue ones. They feel that I'm worthy of the Jedi. I always thought my lightsaber would be red, but I don't mind blue. And I'm amazed that each cookie, we have a different character on each cookie. Even Mace Windu's in there. Mace Windu's in there. Rey's in there. Leia, Yoda, Chewbacca, R2D2, 3PO. We had them all. We had a Han Solo. We had a Luke Skywalker, and we didn't have any repeats yet, which is kind of weird. And I've been taking pictures of them. I got more pictures to put every time we get them. Every time we get a new cookie, I take a picture. So I got a shot of 3 more. I'm gonna be adding them to my Facebook feed. Maybe I'll put them in. Maybe I'll make a song. I don't know. I'll make a song for you guys. I like making songs. Let's see if I have any more new videos. No, I got to add more. I forgot to add them to this list. But there's this is cool because you could add videos to this and stuff. Like my 3 scoops. There's a hit. 3 scoops. It's just real fast. But yeah, man, I'm going to get a refill now. But see, look, the swig's almost over. Just like Jamar's show. When he's done talking, when he's done sipping, his stream's over. But I usually keep going when I'm out of swig anyway. I'm going to just swig. But thank you for watching me, man. I had a lot of people watching me today, and I'm real honored that you joined me today. I've been gone for a little bit because of deadlines, working man stuff. I'm very proud to be able to draw comic books for a living and make this. And it's real hard not to do this, and it's real hard to do it. So I don't like it. Not doing it, I'm very fortunate I'm able to. And it's just like consistency and just keep drawing stuff. But I'm really looking forward to lots of things happening. I have a new book, Comic Books for Kids. It's going to launch real soon. This is July already. In July, August, I'm getting ready to send that for print. We're going to donate a bunch of books to kids. And then this Patreon thing is unlocking things, man. The digital downloads, that's going to be tremendous. I'm so happy with that because I have every like I can make a book now and I don't have to print it. I can release it. And that was like awesome what Comixology had instant. Like I put it out and it's up there. It's ready to go. So that's going to be something cool. So look for my Patreon store sometime in August. I'm gonna get it all loaded up and I'm gonna open it up. It's gonna launch, whatever they call it. Publish. I'm gonna publish my store. That's the word they used. And then Flash Gordon's comes out in November. Yogg's 2 comes out in August. I'll have some copies in San Diego. A lot of stuff, man. And Drew and Jot will be here soon. I'm still trying to do the monthly comics. And even when if I can't, I won't. But I've been pretty close, man. I know my site was down last year for almost a year, about 10 months. And at the end of the 10 months, I had 13 new books to upload. So that's pretty much beyond monthly. If you ask me, that's beyond monthly. Hey, man. So I'm going to keep making books, man. So Drew and Jot, the first 5 chapters will be up. And that's not going to take long. I just got to get one done at a time. I got to make new covers for everything. So book 2 will be in probably sometime in August. I'll have it. Everything's happening in August. A whole bunch of stuff is happening in August. So thank you guys for sticking with me, man. D-Brad said, good to see you again. Thank you, D-Brad. Yagums, you're a good man, sir. Thank you for the awesome stream. Appreciate ya. Yeah, man. You guys are awesome. And you know how to do all those things, you know. But first, we got to say what Joe thinks. Take us out, Joe.
That's a wrap. Yagums.
That's right, man. No fight, no crying. Wake up and do the things that make you happy. And I'm confused there. There it is. No fight, no crying. Wake up and do the things that make you happy. And you guys are awesome. Okay, bye-bye.
Art. Oh yeah! 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 Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist says things.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Famous cartoonist draws things.